Hello everyone. I would like to introduce myself as my name is Satyam Goel. I am from SRM Institute of Science and Technology main campus that is in KTR, and I am right now in my final year of BTech. I am doing BTech from Triple E branch, and my college placements are also going on, and since it is a final year, so it is quite a good journey, and which is going to end very soon. Within the 6 months, I will be passing out from the college. Okay, so I hope I will be able to share my all my knowledge with you guys, and you will be able to gain insightful information from this session. Over to Harsh.
So, hi everyone, my name is Harsh Shaw and I'm a third year student at SRM Chennai, and I'm in BTech CSE. So, I'm from Kolkata, and to know more about me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So, looking forward to this meet. Yeah.
Definitely. So Harsh, shall we start answering the questions? You can just
Yeah,
start
sure.
from Q&A and start from like top question.
Okay, so can you please tell the important topics of the SRMJEEE 2022? Okay, so first of all, I guess most of the people over here will be preparing for JEE Mains, Advance, and any of the state level examination as well, right? So there's not much of difference with the syllabus that's being covered by SRMJEEE and rest of the examination. So if you're just covering syllabus for JEE Mains or anything, then you're good to go and you're just done for the day. So I don't think there's any such difference, but yeah, remember just SRMJEEE has aptitude, and I guess it's English as an additional section to it. So you can practice aptitude from online materials, or even BitSat has aptitude. So you can purchase some of the BitSat book and practice it as well. So that's the difference. So let's move to next question. So what is the rank to get into CSE branch at SRM KTR? So during our time, that was 2019, I guess, SRMJEEE was conducted, and it was organized in batches. So say for day one counseling, we had rank 1 to 11 or 12,000 people coming at SRM KTR, and they were allotted the seats according to their rank. So like most of the slots will be filled out on the day one itself. That is around 12,000 rank or something. So you can guess, like you can get CSE around 25, 30, but you have to pay like a higher fees for that. But if you're just getting into the slot one, then you can expect it to be in the normal fees. So that's the general cutoff. And is SRM Sonipat good? Satyam, if you can answer this question.
Yeah, okay. So SRM Sonipat, like I would always suggest to go for the main campus, because since it is a private institution, I would always suggest to go for the main campus or as close as the main campus gets. Okay, since SRM KTR is the main campus, try to get there. If not there, then SRM Vada Palani. Okay, that is the second best choice. After that, all the SRM other branches are considered on the same level. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. So SRM, Sonipat, Bhopal, NCR, all are on the same level, except for SRM KTR that stands on the top of all other. Okay, and apart from that, SRM Badapala. Right.
And also, I guess like SRM AP is catching up really well. So you can look at AP as well, because
Yeah,
they really had a good placement record this year. So you can consider AP as well.
Definitely.
So hi everyone, I'm so sorry for being a bit facing technical glitch. So I couldn't join before.
Definitely.
So I think I'm audible and I'm visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible and visible.
Thank you so much. So I am Bhagish on behalf of shiksha.com, and I would like to welcome you, Satyam and Harsh, for being with us today on the panel, and welcome to all the students who are here with us, joining us live. And we are definitely here to answer all the queries, and we'll shoot some very important points related to SRMJEEE exams. And Satyam and Harsh, as we know, the first phase is almost over. The results are out for SRMJEE. And now we are moving on to the next two phases, which is phase 2 and phase 3, right?
Yes.
So we'll be discussing some very, I would say, some very important points related to it, which are the key factors for today's session. And I think that will really help all the students to prepare ahead, right? So,
Definitely.
I would firstly want to know, what strategies students need to follow, ahead for the next two phases. Please go ahead, Satyam.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, there are no as such strategy. I would say, like if you are a student who is
Mm-hmm.
preparing for JEE mains, then
Yeah,
you don't need to prepare especially for SRMJEE. SRM,
right,
like JEE mains stands right at the top of everything, and
right,
SRMJ is nowhere near it. Okay,
right,
so don't
right.
consider it as separate exam. Okay, and it
Mm-hmm.
just be like go with the flow. And if you
Mm-hmm.
are studying, like you just have to cover the basics of 11th, 12th
Right,
NCRT,
right,
and you are done with the preparation of SRMJEE, you will be able to clear it with far better scores. Okay,
right.
so
Absolutely,
no need to
absolutely.
prepare separately for this exam. Just prepare
Mm-hmm.
for JEE mains, and you will be
Mm-hmm.
done with this also.
Right. So, coming to Harsh, class 11 and 12. Again, it's a very important, year of exams. So, how important do you think class 11 and 12 syllabus would be for preparing these exams?
So definitely the things will be coming from class 11 and 12. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
only as Satyam said, focusing on NCRT and some the level of question will be basically from NCRT.
Right.
So if you're done with NCRT and solved most of the questions, then you
Yeah.
won't be facing any such issue. But for SRM JEE, I would say you need to just keep all the formulas on your fingertip because it's just
Right.
implement formula.
Right.
Because in JEE Advance you need to know concept formulas and everything, and
Yeah.
then you have to bend it your way. But in SRM
Yeah.
you need to manage the formulas and just keep an eye on the timer. That's it.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Satyam and Harsh, we have a lot of questions coming up on our Q&A section and also in our chat. So, students, I would please request all of you to put down your questions on our Q&A so that we could take your questions live with your name and answer your queries. So, we'd love to have all of your questions, and I would really want to take, everybody's question and answer the maximum we could. Right? I mean, help them out the maximum. So
Definitely.
let's just start taking some questions from the Q&A, and we're getting a lot of questions out here. So
Okay.
let's begin with the latest one. It's Mohammed, okay, and he wants to know, what if I'm not preparing for SRMJEE, then what should I need to prepare? Is class 11 syllabus included in the entrance exam?
Yes, class 11 syllabus is included. Class 11th and 12th syllabus, both syllabus are
Right.
there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so yes, go with that. Means there are no extra syllabus, like not before 10th, not after
Yeah.
12th, but
Yeah.
11th and 12th is included.
Right, right. So thank you so much for that. And let's see some more questions that is here. So Richik is here, Richik Day. So he wants to know, do I need to go through PYQs of SRMJEE? So any of you
EYQs,
would like to answer? Yeah, PYQs of SRMJEE.
what would be the full form of PYQ?
So Richik, we would request you to please elaborate a bit and then we can move ahead. So let's go to some more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abhishek wants to know, if it doesn't study for JEE Main, what should we do?
Um,
Harsh? Yeah.
yeah. So basically, you will be studying for your boards, right? So
Yeah,
ultimately, if you're studying for boards, then I guess 50 to 70% chance you will be making into SRM. But I'm not sure about the CSE because it's a fierce competition for CSE. So you just have to look out. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
means you are giving exam is some or other exam you are giving at some point, like
Yeah.
board exam is there, state board is there, or some other
Mm-hmm.
exam is there. Okay, and
Right.
SRMJEE does not make you prepare for it separately. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
keep all the formulas on your mind,
Okay.
because they won't give you twisted questions like in JEE mains. There will be direct question, direct formula through questions. So just go
Right.
with them.
Right. That's great. So we have some more questions coming up, and I'm trying to just, take all the questions, the maximum we could take over here. So Komal is here, and she wants to know about aerospace. So is 4,000 to 5,000 good rank to get into SRM KTR for aerospace. Would you love to answer that?
Yeah, so basically for aerospace, 4 to 5,000 is like very good rank to get into, because it's easily gettable, aerospace. So maybe like around, also I've heard people getting it in around 50,000 rank also. So
yeah, 50 to 60,000 is also more than enough for aerospace. So in 4,000 rank, which we're telling, you can even get in CSE in any of the branch. Okay. So no need to even worry about the branch at this point.
Right. That is great. That is great. Okay. So I am always also getting questions in the chat. So I'll try and pick up few from there. So, okay. So this is Shri Abhay and wants to know if I've missed phase 1, I will be attending phase 2 and phase 3 exams. Have I missed out a great opportunity?
No, I would not say that. The exam is conducted in 3 phases because of this particular reason only, I believe. Because the students are not able to attend at one particular time, or they are not confident enough to give the exam at the starting, and they are more confident at towards the end. So you have not missed on anything. Just prepare thoroughly for the second phase and third phase. No need to even give both the phases. One phase is enough if you are more than confident. Okay, you just need to be confident in one exam and prepare for it.
Right. So, okay, so I think Ashwin's question we have already answered, I guess. What is the rank for aerospace engineering?
Cutoff rank, I think you are asking about that. So cutoff rank, as I said already, 60,000, around 60,000 also students get in aerospace. Okay, so that is more than enough. But if you get it like under 40,000, it will be very satisfactory to you also, as well as it will be a little bit convenient to get into it.
Okay, so I think Shri Abhay just asked about the phase 2 and phase 3, and he also wants to know, well, will results of phase 2 be announced before phase 3 so that we can decide on?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the college. So most probably, yes.
Okay, so the thing is like, since phase 1 was conducted in January, as I believe. Okay, so the result was declared within 2 weeks. So similarly,
I think 24th or 25th Jan, I think the result got declared.
Yes. So similarly, for the further phases also, it will be declared before the other phase starts.
Right. So I think that will be of great help to Shri Abhay. I think he can prepare well now after the queries. Okay, so Satyam and Harsh, a lot of people want to know about the fee structure. I'm sure the students want to know the fee structure for SRM and how they're gonna budget it out and plan it out. So would you like to say something about the fee structure also, please?
Yeah, sure. So let's first come to CSC. So most of the seats will be filled up by 15 or 20,000 rank. So during my time, that is 2019, we had this fee structure, like the base was 2.5 lakh. So basically people beyond 12,000 rank, they were offered CSC seats, but it was around 3.5 lakh, something so like addition to 1 lakh. And so that's the highest you can go, like 3.5 lakh as shown by SRM. And rest of the hostel fees will vary type of hostel you will be choosing on.
Yeah, so Krishna is wanted to ask a relevant question to this, that is 3,000 rank good for CSE?
Yes, more than good. Okay, because the thing is like in the college exams like SRMJEE, most of the students, they give exam for just for the backup purpose. They don't take the college in the end. So that is why we said like even 50,000 is good, because students don't take the college very easily. Okay, as they are getting any other government college, NITs, JEE Mains, they are getting cleared from somewhere or another. So that is why 3,000 rank is more than enough for any branch and any campus. Okay, so you can get main campus, CSE of your choice.
Okay, so connecting to this thing that you have mentioned, Vasu would love to know which branch is best for SRM. Which branch is best for CSE?
So like best branch in best branch in CSE or in SRM?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I would recommend going for first of all CSE, then you can go for IT,
Okay.
then ECE, and then electrical, because these branch, like most of the people will be sitting for the IT companies, and IT do allow these branch and prefer more than mechanical and civil. So you can opt for these branches. And also for the campus, I would say KTR is the main campus, so you just
Okay.
try to get into KTR, or
Okay.
else you can get into Vadapalani, or I would
AP.
say AP.
Yeah.
And also, if you're not getting into these campuses, then you can pick any of them, because SRM has a centralized placement system. So you will be
Okay.
getting the same companies which will be visiting the main campus. So you don't have to worry about if you're getting the CSE in main branch or not. So
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Okay. So we got some more questions which is related to AI. So R. Ashwin wants to know what is the rank for AI?
Okay. So for AI, I believe like AI is the top branch in CS, specialization in CSE. So you can expect it to be filled by 3,000 rank or even below it. So it won't go beyond 6,000 or something.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Asha Kiran wants to know that what is the fee structure if I get selected in phase one? I think she's talking about SRMJEE phase one exam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fee structure is irrelevant of the phase, first of all. Okay, if you get selected in phase 1, 2, or 3, the fee structure will remain same throughout. Okay. Now the fee structure is common for, means like most of the branches, that is around if you get a little bit on the early rankings, okay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
15 to 20,000, you will get at around 2.5 LPA. That is the tuition fees plus the hostel charges as per your like requirements. The hostel charges starts from 1 lakh and they range till like 2 lakh to 2.5
Yeah.
depending upon your comfort, if you need AC rooms or you don't need any kind of other facilities. So the
Right.
most basic room is at stands at 1 lakh. Okay.
Right.
Apart from that, the if you are little bit higher rank or you do the registration little bit late for the counseling purpose, I'm saying, not for the exam, for then you will be have to pay like around 3.5 LPA for the tuition fees plus the hostel charges are the same.
Right. Okay. So thank you for the answer. And we have another questions. I mean, there are a lot of questions actually, and we would love to take all of their questions, right? So Madhu wants to know, can I join another country by writing JEE Advanced? Would you love to answer that?
Mm, I don't think like J because the JEE exams are particularly held for India only. Okay,
Right.
so they
Okay.
are not for foreign countries. Okay, if you want to opt for foreign countries, then you will have to give a separate exam that is known as IELTS and GRE. GRE is
Right.
for
Yes, SAT
postgraduate
and
students.
as well for undergrad.
Yeah,
Right.
so for undergrad students, you will have to give IELTS or some countries even ask for SAT exams.
Yeah. True. True. Okay, so moving ahead, Anjali wants to know, should we prepare all the chapters or topics for JEE Mains?
I would say just go for the weightage and see which chapters have more weightage. And like
Okay.
most of the time, they will be covering most of the chapter, because you don't have want to leave out on some of the extra points you will be getting. So just
Right.
prepare. Yeah.
Okay, so SN Reddy Cheruku, he definitely is very confused as he has put his question and he wants to know that, in data science, is cyber security better or data science? I am confused. Can you please tell us? So I think we should try and solve his confusion.
Okay, so me myself, I'm I'm practicing this data science. So I would say you need to just explore where your interest lies in. Just see, getting into SRM with either data science or cybersecurity doesn't make a much of difference, because you will be just
Yeah.
learning 1 to 2 modules extra than what the people
Mhm.
other branches will
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So just go and explore. If you like cybersecurity, see, cybersecurity is much more about networking. Okay, it's
Okay.
not that much fascinating. But in data science, you need to work with different field, and you have data and artificial intelligence going in. So also there is a blend of cybersecurity and data science that we practice as well. You can
Okay.
greatly take use of it. So it depends on your choice. Yeah.
Right. So I think that would actually help him solve his confusion, right? So let's move on to some more questions. Siddharth Pathak wants to know, is AI and ML different? Please answer. So would you like to answer on it?
Okay, so see, AI is like you can say a universal set, and ML is just a part of it. So
Right.
you can decide it like AI includes all those hardware part as well,
Mm-hmm.
and ML will be much more towards data and learning from those data. So
Right.
hardly there's much difference in them, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just depends upon how you take the things, approach them.
Right.
You can take
Okay.
any of them, yeah.
All right. Great. So okay. So a lot of questions, and I'm trying to read out those questions the maximum. Okay. Okay. So let's go for some more questions. Okay, guys, we are very excited about. There are so many questions for you all.
Mm.
So let's just quickly try a date. Okay, so Ryan Begg, he wants to know, is sports quota available? Which sports is considered?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I would answer that because I'm personally a sportsman also, and I
Okay.
also tried with sports quota, but I was not selected. The reason is that you need to have a extraordinary skills in sports for you to get selected in SRM. Because
Okay.
if you are being selected from sports quota, you will
Mhm.
be presenting SRM. Okay, you will be
Right.
representing SRM in intra college
Right.
sports events, and you will be going to many other colleges for participating. So
Right.
sport quota is good. Okay, it means
Okay.
and it is available for almost all the sports: table tennis,
Right.
badminton,
Right.
football,
Right.
cricket,
Okay.
athletics. All the
Okay.
sports are available. You just have to perform there. Okay, in sports quota, they will held a tournament type like of thing. In
Mm-hmm.
that, you will have to perform like extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Few numbers are number of students are selected from sports quota. That is like very small number. So you
Right.
have to be like on top of everyone.
Right, that's true. So there's one another a very interesting question actually that we got during the registration of the webinar. So it says, which is the best way to study with focus by avoiding distraction? That's a
Okay.
very interesting question.
Yeah. So for avoiding distractions, I would suggest like just turn off the social media. That is
Yeah.
the most distractive thing, like in for everyone. Okay, in teenagers
True.
especially, turn off
True.
the social media, switch on a song, and just study. That is like
Focus.
the most thing. What I do personally, I
Yeah.
don't indulge in social media much. I
Okay.
personally switch off my all the social medias for the time I'm personally focusing. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially for the 11th and 12th. In the 11th and 12th
Mm-hmm.
class, we not even used to have cell phones. So that
Right.
is the thing you should like follow if you are passionate about something.
Right. I totally agree to you, Satyam, that this is one thing that we really need to focus on. It's just focus on what you're doing. That's it. And just shut off yourself from the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let's move ahead. Let's take some more questions because I think the chat session is completely buzzed off with so many questions and queries from for you too.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to figure out, and because I'm not able to read, they're being so curious to know. Okay, let's take Rahul's question. What would be the cutoff rank for robotics?
Robotics.
Yeah.
I would suggest like robotics cutoff rank goes as same as electrical and mechanical. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you are talking about robotics as a completely separate branch, then it is
Mm-hmm.
as I said about electrical and mechanical. But if you are taking robotics as a subset of CSE, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then it will go till around 20K, 20,000 rank.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. 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 So I think that would solve the answer. Okay. So Ashwin wants to know because he has been really putting up this question. Uh, Fee structure for AI and aerospace.
Okay. For AI, fee structure is similar to the CSE one. Okay, in the
Mm-hmm.
CSE, like as we said, 2.5K as the
Mm-hmm.
tuition fees. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest goes for the hostel fees. Apart from that, for aerospace, the fee structure is 3.5
Okay.
lakh. It is 1 lakh more.
Okay, so I think Ashwin's question has been answered. So let's move on to some more questions. Okay, so Anjali wants to know how much rank should we get a seat in SRM, and will there be any scholarship? Yes, again, that's a very important question about scholarships.
Okay, so getting a seat in SRM will depend on what type of branch you will be opting for.
Yeah.
And also, so for the scholarship, there are two types of scholarship available. Mainly, like during the admission, you will be getting a ranker scholarship that is for, I believe, 1 to 1,000 rank students. And also, SRM continues to give you scholarship even after you have joined SRM. That is based on your performance. And this year, I guess, somewhere around 300 to 400 people received scholarship ranging from 30,000 to 60,000. That was solely on their CGPA. So you can get scholarship easily in SRM if you're just focusing on your study and getting good grades.
Great, great. So I think that solves the question. Okay, so Ashwin is again asking a lot of things. He's really interested in knowing about campus interviews. So if you can like share something on that, campus interviews.
So Satyam, if you can answer this because you
yeah, please go ahead.
So like personally, if you're talking about the campus interview in the sense like campus placements, okay, then I will answer in that particular sense, because if you're asking in the sense of counseling, I did not give counseling interview. I was selected directly based on the online counseling. Okay. So I will not be able to answer that part of campus.
So okay, he's talking about the placements, I guess.
Placements. Okay. So in the placement section, like since I have given placements this year only, it will be very good for you to know. The thing is like in interviews, you don't jump to directly interviews. You first give like the test is given. Initially, the basic test is like the resume shortlisting. Okay, after the resume has been shortlisted, after that we switch to the aptitude round, general aptitude, maths, and English comprehension. These things are asked. After that, the next stage is like the programming skills. If you are applying to the IT company, okay. If you are applying to the IT company, then programming skills. If not, then your subject related skills. Okay, and after that they move on to the interview. In interview also, this particularly thing depends on the companies, like how many interview rounds they want and what they want. In my case, there were 2 rounds. Like first one, the GD round, group discussion, and the other one was like the technical round. Okay, in which they will ask you to code something out. They will ask you about yourself, and the last round will be the HR round. Okay, so these are the basic rounds that occur, and these are the basic overview of the placement interviews.
Okay, so we got some more questions over here. So what is the important topic for physics, chemistry, and maths? Abdul Rahman asks the question.
Okay, so as we said before, most of the topics like it will be coming on from NCERT only. So there's not much of difference if some topic has more weightage or not. So just focus on the 10-12 syllabus NCERT and practice mock examination, which is given by SRMJ, SRM as well, I guess. It's
SRM also gives mock exams. And the thing is like, since it has been like 3 years for him, 4 years for me, we have completely forgotten NCERT. Okay, 11, 12, we have completely forgotten the syllabus. So we are not like completely sure, but yeah, for physics and chemistry, I will suggest thermodynamics is a major part. Maths, it will be calculus. Okay, so just mug up all these things. But yeah, you just have to follow the NCERT and the previous year question papers if you want to know the weightage completely.
Right. So, this high weightage topics of SRM and JEE, are they the same? Are they the similar one?
Yes, they are the similar ones. It's just like SRMJEE won't ask you questions outside or like the twisted questions, but JEE Mains might ask you sometimes. So, but the weightage always stays the same. Like SRM follows JEE highly. Okay, it will try to bring out the topics from there only.
Right, right. Okay, so we have another question. So this question was asked by Soham, and moving to the next question from Richik Dey. Wants to know what about SRM Ramapuram according to placements and infrastructure and facilities and WRT main campus, KTR.
Okay, Ramapuram, I would say it's a smaller campus as compared to the KTR, and also the facilities are not that good as when you compare it to the KTR campus. But coming to placement part, as we said before, that it's a centralized placement system in SRM. So whichever company will be visiting to KTR campus will be like you will be interviewing for the same company if you're from Ramapuram as well. But if you're getting a chance to get into KTR, you can go for KTR for like college life, which is much more in KTR.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've also got another question. We can join SRM campus through JEE Mains and Advance without writing SRMJEE? Shan Mukha wants to know this. Can we join SRM campus?
I don't think so. SRM particularly conducts SRMJEE exam for the entrance purpose only. So they don't take any other exams scores into their like admission process.
But I guess they do take a SAT score for people who have already given SAT examination. So you can try via SAT, but most of the people who will be giving SAT, they will be going abroad. So
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question from Benita. She wants to know what's the difference between mechatronics and robotics? Yeah.
Should I answer?
Any of you?
Yeah.
Sure, please.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
So mechatronics and robotics. Mechatronics is more focused on like it is a wider field of robotics, I would say. Okay. Robotics is a particularly like it is completely focused on the electronics. Okay. And is a small subset of mechatronics. Mechatronics focuses on cars as well. Okay. Will focus on the architecture of cars, vehicles, and other stuff. But robotics particularly focuses on the robotics part. Okay, like robots and other facility, as well as robotics includes AI ML. Okay, and programming also.
Right. So I think they have this answered Vinita's question. Okay, so let's move on to some more questions that is there. So we would love to know about some of the best books that you would recommend for preparing SRMJEE exams. If you would suggest some books, please.
Okay. Yeah. So for SRMJEE for physics, I would suggest H.C. Verma. Okay. For maths, I don't particularly follow any other book apart from NCERT. Okay. And yeah, like we used to follow like a Black Book, which is called like it is famous in Kota. Black Book by the HOD of the Vibrant Center. And apart from that, there is like for the chemistry purpose, we don't like chemistry. NCERT is more than enough. Chemistry NCERT is highly recommended.
Okay. So, let's move on to some more questions that we are receiving. So, is cloud computing a part of BTech CSE or BTech Information Technology? This question is by Soham Gupta.
Okay, so cloud is part of BTech CSE only because BTech's information technology is separate, like they don't have any sub part. And so it doesn't really depend upon like when the companies will be visiting, they won't be having specific cutoff, like only cloud people will be sitting or something like that. So you can choose either of them.
Okay, I think that would answer for Soham. So let's check some more questions that we are getting. Okay. So there is another question, top recruiters for CSE branch, and we are getting this question repeatedly. So if you could answer on that.
Okay, so yeah, so recently my friend, she got into Microsoft. Microsoft came to our campus for internship, and I have heard like for the final year placement, even Google have visited our campus and Morgan Stanley, then
Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs, and then Barclays.
Yeah.
And like
Barclays is one of the big companies that visited. Apart from that, this Qualcomm. Okay, Qualcomm did. Then like it was there are many big companies that visit. Okay, the Goldman
Amazon, we
Sachs,
can, yeah.
Microsoft, these are few of them. Okay, and like there are smaller companies so that pay very high. Byju's also visited. In fact, Byju's, DMart, and like yeah, Amazon does not visit. But apart from that, yeah, these were the big companies that did.
So another question coming from Jagadishwar and wants to know what is the branch in CSE where maths is not much included, but that should be the best branch in CSE, if you could suggest.
Okay, so if you're taking CSC, then maths is like compulsory for, I guess, for first 5 semester, you have to do maths because it's safe for all the other branches in CSC. And for the core topics in CSC, I guess like data structure, algorithm, computer architecture and stuff, you don't have maths, but you do require to do maths that is not part of CSC, but you have to do it like for the 4 or 5 semester straight. So you can't just
Yeah,
drop off the
maths
math.
is like compulsory for all the branches, not even for CSE. For the first 5 to 6 semesters, you have to study maths for all the branches. And apart from that, like the core CSE will be the best thing to choose.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can't
so
be engineer without doing maths, right?
Yeah.
okay, so another question which comes from Richie is where can we find the previous year's questions for SRMJEE? I think that was a short form for PYQ. We got
Okay.
it.
So
Yeah.
for the question papers, I would suggest visit the Shiksha's page for SRM. Okay, they have mentioned all the previous year papers also. They have linked, as well as you can get the previous year papers on like many of the websites like for the college entrance exams. Okay, one is like educate. I don't remember the name exactly. We have not given entrance exam for very long time, but yeah, you can just find it from the Shiksha's page, especially.
Yes, I would definitely like to add for any related questions, queries, and previous year's question papers, mock papers, you can definitely check on shiksha.com website. You can also download our app and you'll get all the questions and all your queries solved out there. So you can definitely do that. Okay, so let's move on to some more questions. So, okay, Soham Patki wants to know, are there any sub branches for mechanical engineering?
Satyam, if you would like to.
Okay. No, there are no sub branches from mechanical actually. These are the separate branches that stands individually. Okay, like triple E, ECE. ECE does have some sub branches, but like not triple E, mechanical, aerospace, they does not have any sub branches. Okay, they stand alone.
Okay, okay. So I think that would answer. So Manya Gupta, she wants to know from where we can prepare for subjects like English and aptitude.
Okay, so for English and aptitude, I would say during my time I was preparing for BITSAT, so I had this book from Arihant, BITSAT book, which contained English and aptitude as well. So I prepared my portion from there. But today you have a lot of online resources available, mostly for aptitude and English. So you can look for them online, and as well as CBSE class 12th English is more than enough, I guess. And yeah, that's it for the.
Yeah.
Okay. So another question that we got is, in your opinion, do you suggest Manipal over SRM? This is the next question that it got.
I guess Manipal has a higher fee structure, and also most of the companies that are visiting Manipal will be visiting SRM as well. So they are comparable, but I guess the seats in CSC for Manipal are way lesser than what SRM has. So you would have a higher like chances of getting good companies, but that's also a disadvantage because you will be competing with lesser people. So SRM has a higher competition level, so you will be growing much more than what you will be in Manipal, I would say.
Okay. So we've got another question from Ashwin Satyanarayana, and he wants to know what is the difference between BTech, MTech combined and separately?
Okay. So when you are doing BTech separately and then MTech separately, it will be like BTech takes 4 years, and then separately doing MTech will take 2 years. Okay.
Mhm.
But if you are doing both combined, it will take like 5 years for complete course. Okay, BTech plus MTech, and you will be getting the both degree. So that is like something that people wonder about, because the thing, they don't want to waste one extra year. Okay. So and they want to finish all of their education in one direct go, so that is what they do. But yeah, I suggest like doing BTech first, and then after some gap or something, you can take MTech, because you don't have to particularly do MTech from the same college. You can even do it from foreign. So why worry about like doing it in one go only?
Okay. So we've got another question from Tharu Madhavan. Tharu Madhavan wants to know, his passion is automobiles. So which is the best engineering branch that will suit him? Automotive, automobile, or mechatronics? What would you suggest?
Okay, so automotive, automobile, and mechatronics.
Mechatronics. Yeah.
So I would suggest like and what was the his history like where?
Passion is automobiles. So
Okay.
he wants to know the best engineering branch that will suit him.
Okay, so automobile branch will be the best choice for this, because automobile branch is like good, and even mechatronics is also good for this. Okay, since you have a passion of like automobile, you can go for either mechatronics and automobile branch. Automobile is a direct branch that is synced with your passions. I would suggest that.
Okay. So Avni Chauhan, she wants to know paper pattern for the exam.
Okay, so I believe the paper pattern is same during which we gave. So it's 135 or 125 questions, and the time hour is like 2.5 and it contains 5 section, I guess, with bio and maths being optional, and one English and aptitude being the additional apart from PCM. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the scoring is +1 -0. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Okay. So we're getting another question because there are a lot of confusions between VIT, Vellore, and SRM. Which is the best one? There are a lot of questions in chat section which is coming because they're confused between the two.
So I would say VIT is better than SRM, but if you're not getting into VIT, then uh, SRM is not a bad option, because at the end you will be just getting the same package with which VITs will be getting. So try for VIT. If you're getting VIT, then it's good. Take VIT Vellore or Chennai, but don't go beyond that. And if you're not getting in any of them, then you can opt for SRM.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hasrita Reddy wants to know, can you please say what is IT branch and how is it different from CSE?
Okay, so coming to IT branch, that's not much of a difference. Like just you'll be studying 4 to 5 modules different for what CSE will be studying. But mostly the companies which will be coming for the placement will be same for all the branches. So you can take IT, and it's just similar to what CSE has to offer.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, Benita Shirley wants to know the difference between BE and BTech, and does it make a difference with the value if I'm applying abroad for higher studies?
So I believe like BE, one of my friend, he's doing BE. In BE, you don't have the project work or something like that. But in SRM, they offer BTech. There's nothing like BE. So if you're getting BTech, then it's good because it's more like industry oriented, whereas BE is more of like theoretical. And also, if you're applying for abroad, then uh, BTech will be a better option in terms of finding job after your MS.
Okay, so Deepika Shri wants to know about the college food and surroundings, if you can help her with that.
Yeah, Satyam, if you can, because you
Okay.
have been more.
So yeah, it is about college life, and yeah, it is very good. I've spent around 2.5 years there. So yeah, there are almost all the facilities available inside only. Okay, but there is a town kind of thing settled right outside of the campus, and they give you all kind of facilities like from many food restaurants, okay, kind of luxurious hotels, restaurants, and everything is there. So means all kind of facilities are provided. Apart, like PGs are also there if you don't want to stay in hostel. Many students don't like staying in hostel, so they opt for the PGs, flats. Okay, so these things are all available right next to your campus. So yeah, it is very good. Campus life is very nice.
Okay. So another question that is coming up is what is the best rank to get in cybersecurity?
Okay, so during our time, we didn't have cybersecurity as a separate like specialization, but I believe you can get around 20,000 rank to get anything for CSC. So just aim for below 20 or 20,000 rank.
Okay, and we have another question from R. Ashwin. The difference between aerospace and aeronautical engineering, if you could explain the difference between the two.
Okay. So aeronautical engineering is more of theory based, first of all. Okay. And aeronautical engineering focuses more on like the aerodynamics of the vehicles. Okay. Means and other stuff, like it is more theoretical oriented, first of all. And the aerospace is more of the practical oriented. It includes components of mechanical and electrical branch also in aerospace. Okay. And I've seen like my elder brother personally, he has done his BTech from aerospace. So he's like the all the stuffs that you learn are more like practical experience that you will get in the which will expose you to the industry. Okay.
Okay, and we have another question from Yash Shah, and he wants to know which is most preferred specialization in CSE.
Okay, so first of all, the AI will be filled out like pretty quick. After that, you can expect the cloud and data science specialization to go. Then the actually it doesn't matter when it comes to placement, but it's like more of a personal choice, and it's not a question which one is the best or which one is like the worst. If you're getting CSC, just get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so we have another question from Siddharth Pathak, and Siddharth Pathak wants to know, ma'am, I'm weak in maths, but I want to take AI and ML or robotics. Will it be a good idea or no? Please answer.
I would say if you're taking AI ML and if you're in weak in maths, then it can cause a little problem, because most of the time you will be implementing the research papers and those mathematical formulas, converting into like the right model, deriving the data. So you have like data. Also, you need to know probability, statistics, linear algebra. So you have to be like pretty well versed with the mathematics part for taking AI, ML, and I don't know like the rest of the topics like mechatronics or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to the next question. So Mohammed wants to know, is the CBSE books enough to prepare SRM rank 1?
Yes, CBSE books are far more than enough actually. Okay, you won't need to prepare anything. Just give previous year question papers, collect them, and run a mock test by yourself, and that will be more than enough. You don't even need to prepare for anything extra apart from CBSE NCERT books.
All right. So there's another question which has been asked by many students out here. So the question comes, is the SRM exam objective or descriptive? So
Okay.
any of you would
Yeah,
like to answer
objective
on
and descriptive, like the thing is like it is particularly objective, I would say. Okay, you are given a question and you have to quickly just solve it using the formula. You don't have to implement any other thing. For the, if you are asking about the objective and like descriptive in case of English and aptitude one, then in those cases it will be like they are more of a like a paragraph will be given like we get in boards. You will be given a paragraph and you have to just read and give answer based on that, and general English questions. So there is no particularly objective and descriptive particularly come for the boards and all those things, but for these college exams there is nothing like objective and descriptive separating. Yeah.
So, okay, another question which is coming is which SRM campus is the best one to study aerospace engineering? This question is by Akshayan.
For aerospace, first of all, I would suggest that if you want to take aerospace, don't take in SRM. Okay, SRM is not good for aerospace engineering branches, because the thing is like it focuses more on core branches, core like CSE. Then apart from that, mechanical, uh, EC, and electrical. Apart from that, SRM is not good for any of the branch. You should take like any other high-end branch, high-end college. Like you can go for even VIT or any other JEE and IT colleges, but don't opt for aerospace in SRM.
Right. So we are running short of time. So I think we could take a few last questions, one or two questions, and maybe then we could actually wrap up today's session. So we'll just quickly take last couple of questions before we wrap up this session. So there are a lot of questions that we are getting from here. So, is caste reservation used in ranking? So there's another question which is coming up here.
Yes, I guess not for the ranking purpose, but yeah, means eventually, yeah, in the ranking purpose, they will take like the SC, ST, OBC rankings. It is separate thing, and they do take it. Okay, like every other reservation in the country.
Right. And let's take one more question, maybe. So, aeronautical or mechatronics most probable branch for better salary in future? And does
Okay.
mechatronics involve programming? So this is by Benita Shirley.
Okay. Yes, mechatronics does involve programming. Okay. Means not on such a high scale, but it does. Okay. And another thing is that um, if you are choosing these branches in SRM, you will eventually be going to the IT company only. People don't get much of a good placement in these branches. In India, the scope is quite less if you are opting from the private college. So I would suggest you to going for the higher branches, EC, electrical, or other branches. Otherwise, if you are opting for these branches, then you should go for like a better college.
And talking about, since we did ask about caste reservation, so is there any state quota also?
I believe there's no quota or caste reservation, because SRM is more of like a private college. So you won't find that much of reservation, but you can get scholarship based on your status.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we had a number of questions. And now, before we wind up, I would like to request all the students who were there in today's session. You could see a feedback poll, and we would love to have you there. So please fill up this feedback poll. It is very important for us to improvise and come up with better suggestions, come up with better things for our next webinars, and do rate us. Also, thank you so much, Satyam and Harsh, for joining us today on this panel and for answering questions and giving your valuable inputs to the students. And I'm sure that will be very, very much helpful for all the students who are preparing for the next two phases of exams, and a lot of confusions did got clear. So, Satyam and Harsh, if you would like to say something.
Yeah, just don't be that much worried about the examination. Just give your best and have a proper strategy, and you'll be just able to crack SRM easily.
And yeah, so I hope like you just focus on NCRT and you will be able to clear it. And from my side, all the best to everyone. Apart from this, if you all have any other doubts, any other queries, do visit out to the Shiksha's page for SRM. You will find around all the answers there. Okay.
So thank you so much. And I would like to tell all the students that please subscribe our YouTube channel, shiksha.com, because you could see this video out there, and all other previous webinars and seminars. All are recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel. Also, you can download our app from the Play Store, and there's always a suggestion box. There's always a Shiksha assistant there to help you out with your questions. So if there are any queries, any questions that we could not take during this live session, I would request to please put your questions, your queries with the shiksha.com website or our app, and definitely subscribe our channel, and we'll definitely try and help out with your queries and questions. And do fill up the feedback poll, as it helps us to improvise further. So thank you so much, everyone, all the students who have joined us today for this session, and Satyam and Harsh. Thank you so much.